Hey guys, Justin Morgan here. Last week I made a video entitled Durian Riders and Fat Vegans. And in the video I discussed some areas of an interview that had happened back in this past December, and it dealt with Swayze Foster and some, well actually it didn't really deal with Swayze Foster, that was only a very small part of the interview, but her name was brought up and it was a point was made, and you know, when I listened to it, I perceived it one way, and some people have suggested that that was inaccurate and that I was false. Um, when I go back and listen to it, I don't really know. I mean, I just perceive it the way I do, I guess. I don't. But one thing that I think people may have misunderstood from the video that I made last week was that I do really actually agree with Harley on this point that you cannot become fat on fruit. Where I may disagree with him is the specifically what we are calling fat and what we are not. And I see him go back and forth. At other times it seems like he says, you should be at single digit body fat, and that's it. That's where you should go. That's where you should be if you're eating a fruit-based diet. And other times it seems like he may say, well, you could be, you might get kind of pudgy a little bit, but you're not going to get fat, as in like overweight. So that's what I see. I mean, I see it going both ways. So if you're going with you might get pudgy, that I agree with. And when I look around at primates, at chimpanzees, at bonobos, and at gorillas, I'd say that's fairly accurate. Those are animals that are much like us. They have similar diets in that they are frugivores. They eat what's most convenient to eat to them, which for us would be fruit. It is the most natural thing for us. So I very much agree with him that it is nearly impossible for you to become overweight or obese eating a diet of fruit and vegetables. That is going to be extremely difficult. And one, because the quantity of food that you would have to eat in order to overeat on fruit is probably, I think, more than most people's stomachs would be able to handle. We can eat more calories by blending our foods and doing things to cause us to be able to take in a lot of additional calories. And for some of us, you may need to do that if you have come from a background where you really don't eat a lot. A good example, a friend of mine came into my class and we did an interview with her a while back to review what's called the ADIME. I don't know exactly how it's categorized. It's called ADIME, ADIME, and it's what we use in dietetics to, or in the medical community in general to assess patients. So the A is assessment, the D is diagnosis, the E is evaluation, and then there's intervention, and there's the M and E is monitoring and evaluation. So she came in and we did an assessment, and my class's general assessment of her diet after she had left was that she consumed a very high-fat diet. So she really doesn't eat a lot of food. She eats like a bird. She eats these really tiny amounts of food, but she was still overweight because she consumes foods that are very calorically dense. So very high fat, to where, like, for fats, if you don't know, fat in general gets 9 calories per gram, which is, more than twice what carbohydrates and proteins get. So say you eat this much food of fat, then you're going to get more than twice the amount of calories than you would if you ate this much food of just carbohydrate or just protein. Carbohydrate and protein only get 4 calories per gram. So in terms of you feeling full or satisfied or not being able to eat any more food, the only thing that really matters is the volume of the food that you eat. So the quantity of food that you would have to eat on a diet based around fruit, which is inherently going to be high in carbohydrates, is going to be extreme. It's going to be massive. So, just to clarify, in case anyone really wasn't following what I said, or there was any questioning about it, I do very much agree with Harley on that point. And like I said in the video, I like Harley. I like a lot of things. I don't always agree with his tactics. Harley Johnston can troll harder than anybody on the internet. He's one of the few people I know that will openly tell you he has multiple accounts and different things just so that he can offer insane, crazy feedback on different websites and things. In a way, I kind of admire him, but like I said, I wouldn't do some of the things that he does. It's just not my personality. That's not who I am. But nevertheless, I don't really know what else to say. I guess I didn't mean to make anybody think that I had anything against him, or that I even disagreed with him, really. Where I kind of feel like I want to distance myself from is this idea that we should be at like either like a single digit body fat level, because I just don't think that's good. I don't think that's a natural human response. I think generally we're going to be up, in that like 10 to 15 or 15 to even to 20% body fat range, and that's kind of what's normal for humans. If you're into like endurance athletics, yeah, you're probably going to be lower. But running or cycling for 20, 30, 40, 50 plus miles, even a few times a week, it doesn't seem very natural to me either. Of course, neither is weightlifting or any of the things that I do, but I'm not taking my body and saying this is naturally what the human body should look like, because it's not. I'm too big. The natural human body was probably much smaller than where I'm at right now. So that's it, guys. I don't really have anything else to say on the topic. Peace. I hope everybody's blessed, and you guys have an excellent day.